Good morning. How is everybody today? And once again, we set out to see if I can survive an entire session, which is increasingly unlikely, but we'll give it our best shot. Now, you may remember, and this is for those who didn't see yesterday's episode, you may remember. Good morning, Danny. Hello, fur babies. How are you today? Yesterday's plan was actually to go to Mystery Lake, get resources there. However, on exiting the mine into the coastal highway, I failed to make the proper left turn and ended up actually at the Quonset garage, I should say, in Coastal Highway, where, with a little nudging along by subscribers, I was able to go and find a heavy hammer. And with a heavy hammer, that means I could go to Desolation Point and do some forging, because, in case you didn't know, in Interloper, there's nothing. There's no weapons, there's no knife, there's no hatchet, there's no bow and arrows that you can find lying around, though I did find 2 arrowheads. All there is what you can make yourself, which includes a crude hatchet, a crude knife, and then you can make a bow and arrows. So I am currently in Desolation Point, summoning up the courage to dash across the ice to the forge. And having said that, let's get on with it. Good morning, Eugene. How are you doing? In some respects, this could be regarded as Eugene's run, because he knows Interloper, and I don't. And that's where I've got to go, and I've pretty much got to go today, which means right now. And I have a bit of food. But I don't have the food to survive that long, I don't think. That's the problem. I've literally got that. That's all I've got. Yeah, a bit questionable. I'll tell you what, Eugene's the expert. I'll see if where's the other mine? I've never been through the mine from this angle. The problem with that is it takes me right on top of the bear, but where's the other mine?
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Ah, is that where it is? Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Too much stuff to carry.
Yeah, that's a minor problem. I assume you mean this car. I've never actually been through this mine. Right, I'm lost now. Is it up here? Or is it further on down? Curious minds want to know. No, it's not there, is it? Ah, this has to be over here.
So cold.
If it wasn't for the fact that this was Interloper, I'd be a lot more confident about this. Ah, there it is. Has to be up here. For some reason, I thought it was the other way. That looks promising.
Wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
I don't think I've ever been through this mine, strangely enough. There's the fire striker. Would it be a wise idea, Eugene, to look for food in the processing center? And I am so overladen, it is now quite ridiculous. So this is just going to have to be slow and steady. Because from my understanding, I'm going to need the coal. Now, I hope I've got too much. I'd rather have too much than too little, but it does mean I get to crawl along like an old man.
Gear's starting to slow me down.
There's a battery there. It's handy.
I'll die if I don't warm up soon.
Oops.
so cold in my life.
I can't remember if I've actually approached this place, this direction before. This is pretty much a... I've got one shot at this type of thing. I either manage to do what I need to do, oh, I hate this place. It always scares the Jesus out of me.
Wait. I'm so cold and warming up again. I've never been so hungry. All this gear is slowing me down.
Oh well, that was going to happen.
Anything right about now.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem. I'm so overladen, it's ludicrous.
Too cold to think. This pack is getting too heavy to carry.
Are there any beds here? Problem is, I've just now basically committed to staying here at night, because, yeah, it's halfway through the day. Fortunately, I do have a hacksaw. Actually, I probably don't need the firewood. I think there's a bed upstairs. Is there a bed upstairs, or am I misremembering? There's the fire barrel. Nope, don't care about that.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of what I thought. Where's the way up? Oh, come on. How many times have I been through here? I know there's a stairs. Nope. Yeah. Oh, actually, do you know what? That's not too overweight. Not compared with normal circumstances, but these are not normal. Where's the blasted stairs? Oh, here they are. Yeah, I am carrying a mostly I'm mostly carrying coal. That's why I'm so heavy. I've got 30 coal. And yeah, I'm carrying a lot of fuel. It might facilitate things if I just drop some stuff by the fire barrel.
I could eat a horse.
Oh, that's at 90%. Oh, that's handy. Oh. The only gun you can actually have in the game. If and when I die on this, what I am kind of tempted to do is actually do a custom version of Interloper. I don't know what people feel about that. Because to be honest, Interloper is not... You can argue about realism. I have no objection to Interloper difficulty. I probably wouldn't complain too much about misery difficulty. But the idea that you can't find a knife or a hatchet or a revolver or even a rifle oh, that's there they are. Thank you. Yeah, so the idea that you wouldn't be able to find certain things is a little unrealistic. So I am tempted to, possibly to, if and when I die at this, to set up a custom Interloper run. Because I can tell you, even in England, I mean, finding a knife or a hatchet under these circumstances would not be impossible. And through pure circumstance, I happen to know if the zombie apocalypse happened tomorrow and I managed to survive it, I happen to know where I could get firearms. I happen to know where I could get a bow. Yeah, I could actually make it to the Riken. Problem is going to be, am I going to be able to... Anybody want 10 kilograms of salt? Yeah, I know, but it's not real. It's not slightly realistic. I mean, yeah, I know. Like I said, you can argue about realism. But the reality is, yeah, it's no guns at all. In Canada, in this region, yeah, you would have guns. I mean, at least you'd have a revolver. You'd have rifles and shotguns. And given that there is this sort of emphasis on... Oh, great. Is it worth searching the safe? uh... Oh. I thought I'd made a mistake there. I should take out a pen and paper and note the numbers down.
This'll come in handy.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be able to carry this load for much longer.
Well, that was worth doing.
My stomach feels like an empty pit.
So, yeah, it is now late enough that I think heading to the Rycom isn't necessarily the most feasible thing I can do. Now, once again, I blew my opportunity to get the carry bonus. I think you can... Okay, I thought you could actually change that. Hang on a second. Why am I carrying that? That's a very weird place for somebody to...
I think I can use this.
Hang on a second. Thank you. The other thing I would observe is that I'm pretty certain. Okay. I didn't think you could make sticks. Oh, yes, of course you can. I do actually have sticks. Oh, I got 2. Oh, that's a very good point. I hadn't thought about that. There's no green crates down here. Not here, at any rate. Oh, you mean the other main door?
Starting to
I've
work.
actually got one of those.
I need to find food.
Which pipe? You mean this one? It's not going to let me. I was hoping to. Oh. Oh, this pipe. Thought I did check here. Oh, hello. Oh no, that's just a glitch in the matrix. Oh, you didn't say that. Oh, this pipe. Oh, look at. Do you know what? I never knew this was up here. Huh. Fancy. blast. I never knew that there was stuff up here. Ah, I didn't even know you could get up here. Yeah, I found it. Oh, no, we didn't find it.
I'll be hungry later.
Okay, I'm moderately good for the night, it seems. Thank you very much, Eugene. I moved all these, didn't I? One of the things about this game is this, sorry, I know I've checked one here, is the constant pressure. There is a constant pressure to the game.
I would drink almost anything about now.
To survive. Because obviously if you die, that's it. Well, if you're playing it the way I'm playing it. This was originally essentially hardcore survival. Once you died, that was it, and I still play it that way. Okay, we've checked. And so, you've always got this thing in the back of your mind. Am I about to do something that will get me killed? It's always on your mind. What's the next thing I'm going to do that's going to get me dead? And that's before you even consider wolves and bears. Look, I have a double bed. I love the way that replacement fuses are more common than anything else. Well, no, I don't love the way that's the... The only reason I'm getting the secret spots is because I've been told where they are. Alright. Well, this is not how I thought the stream would start, but still, I'll settle for this. Alright, let's get some... Let's get some food in him. time of day is it? It is getting on. Yeah, I'm thinking, I know it's not the most attractive thing I've ever done. Where are the bunk beds? Oh, there. That I did not know. Now I've got to... Let's see. I've got to pick up... Oh, grief. I'm going to be so overladen. I don't have much choice, though. I've got to get to the whaling ship. The thing that bothers me is, I say bothers me, is there are so many ways this can go wrong. Essentially, if I get a blizzard at the wrong point, I am in real trouble. Why am I carrying oil? Because I thought I might find flour. And I'm going to have to eat my porridge pretty quickly. Yeah, actually, I'd better get that down before it goes off on me. One thing I do not want to experience is food poisoning. Okay. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten. Well, I probably have. What am I looking for? I want to stick my nose out. Let's see what it's like outside.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
Yeah, it is freezing, but we'll grab some. There's some lockers. Oh, come on. Actually, I need to get going now because I haven't got enough food to do two things at once. So I'm sorry. This is going to have to be a case of go for it. The other thing I want to do before I go is... Where's my torches? Okay. I should take
Might
some
have to drop some
firewood.
gear.
I should take some firewood. Well, this is also a shorter route to the Riken. I am gambling as usual. There should be a wolf over to my left. Sorry, right. And the wolf could be right ahead of me too. Sorry, bear. Bear could be right ahead of me. In fact, it could be right behind the ship. So it goes that way. This is the bit where I found out I've forgotten something, because I've made arrowheads here any number of times. Well, a couple of times. I don't think I've ever had to. I don't think I've ever actually. Have I actually ever made a crude hatchet or knife in the game? I'm not sure that I have. But hello, Riken. 18? Oh, I wish I'd known that.
Feels like a lot of gear.
Well, one thing I can do is drop my coal. I'm not going to survive this. I am really not. And I might be thought of as being negative, but I don't have enough food to do much.
too heavy.
$22 enough?
All I can think about is food.
Alright, so now I've got to get the forge going. Cross fingers, everybody. Ah. Ah. I didn't realize I needed cloth.
I could eat anything right now.
Sorry if I'm a bit silent during this whole process. Hang on. Improvised knife. 3 hours. Come on. Just need to add fuel, you stupid game. There we go. Hey, I have not done this before. much longer have I got? 3 hours on that. Alright, I've got 12 arrowheads.
Never been so hungry in my life.
Oh, thank you for reminding me. Come on. There we go. Now I need water. Right. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna pause a moment here because I'm considering whether I should actually make more arrowheads or let's see what I got left. Actually, I've been going nearly an hour, so that means it's potty time. So while I consider whether I want to risk making more arrows if I've got the resources or another, I will, yeah, let me, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Any suggestions about what I do next? Gratefully received. I've got to get through the night and then I've got to get back to Coastal Highway. That's the next 2 things at the absolute minimum. I can always come back here, mind you. I'm going to leave the coal here because that's handy. So anyway, at least that's my plan. So I've got 14 arrowheads because I picked up 2 earlier. I've got a makeshift knife. I've got a makeshift hatchet. I need to get back to Coastal Highway, arguably, in one piece. Because I've got flour there, which is food. I don't have any extra food here, so I've literally, whatever I've got on me has to keep me alive to get back to Coastal Highway. So I'll be back in a couple of minutes.
soon.
Come on. There you go.
Feels like something is sapping my energy.
How much food have I got left? That's it. I'm dead. I don't have enough. I don't have enough food. I can't even. I can make one more batch of porridge. That's it. And I am.
I need to find food.
That's it. I am not going to survive this. I know it sounds awfully negative, but I am going to drop my coal. Well, not all of it. But I don't have enough food to get through the night. Or even back to anywhere. I don't think. Let's have a quick search, just in the off chance. Yeah, but I'm not going to be able to get them. Guarantee it. My stone throwing abilities are demonstrably poor, but I mean, it's worth a try, and I do need to take a nap. Where's the way up? I did check this, didn't I? Nope, I did not. Rabbits aren't going to keep me alive to get to Desolation Point, I think. Yeah, I mismanaged this. Ah. Yeah. And that's it. That's the last of my food. The only food now available to me is, as Eugene says, rabbits and bread. And I've got to get through the night first because it is dark. And I am not... Let's see if I can find the...
I need to drop something.
All right. Can I just drop off the edge? There's the bear. Wonderful. Just hope the bear doesn't notice me.
I could eat anything. If I don't rest soon, I'm gonna faint.
Bear's heading towards that. Okay. I'm heading for the lighthouse. I hope the moose isn't going to be... It's not been on there, but I do not want... Lighthouse it is. Use flares if I have to. Yeah, this is I say a gamble. If I had headed towards the Riken, I reckon there's an excellent chance the bear would have noticed me. Especially seeing as I'm carrying a stinky rabbit. It's going to be bad enough as it is, but at least I can, in theory, hold off her. Keep the wolves at bay. Heh. See what I mean by wolves. There was one occasion I ended up killing 4 wolves, one after the other. More or less in a straight line. Oh. All I gotta do is figure out my way up here. There's also rabbits over there. On a purely, I don't know, professional, psychological note, one of the things about streaming,
All I can think about.
and don't get me wrong, I do enjoy it, otherwise I wouldn't do it, and I'm not doing it to become rich and famous. That's never going to happen. But nonetheless, you are having It is a hell of a risk, because I'm essentially throwing my lack of my skill or lack thereof in front of the public gaze. And even though, and I went into this whole thing knowing this, even though there is more to streaming than just are you successful, are you good at the game, I regard it, particularly something like The Long Dark, as something of a story, an adventure in gaming itself. You don't want to do anything too stupid, which is kind of amusing, seeing as I've probably done all kinds of stupid things during the course of The Long Dark. Not so much Warframe. Warframe's easy, and from gameplay point of view. If you die, you die. That's it. You resurrect or you fail your mission. That's it. You just go back and try again. But yeah, there's always that thing in your head. I want to be good at this game, even if you're not. Ah, good lord, we made it. I am staggered.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Let's see, do I have... I do have... Okay. Unfortunately... Yeah, but that's the problem, you see. You don't want to be perceived as doing that. You want to be perceived as this guru who, knows what he's doing.
So hungry.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't think I've seen, the closest I've come to somebody doing essentially what I do would be Etho's lab back in the early days when he was figuring everything out about Minecraft. Fried rabbits. Ooh. I don't think I can... No, that's it. That's all I can make. Oh, no, I mean, the same is true in Warframe. I'm sure Bracage won't mind me mentioning. There was stuff about the game he didn't know until I did it. Right. Okay. And Prakash has thousands more hours in Warframe than I do. So here we go.
I could eat a horse.
I don't know where Susan's corner is. And I've got no choice but to sleep. Oh.
I'll die if I don't get some food soon.
Yeah, he is slowly dying. So here we go. And I'm going to have to drop the gut because... Actually, okay, thoughts. Do I take the gut with me? Even though I'm stinky? Thought you said don't carry the... You told me not to carry reclaimed wood, carry coal. Oh, indoors. Well, a bit late to tell me that, particularly seeing as I didn't have enough wood anyway. 5 torches, some matches, okay. Oh, you didn't mention that
Wonder
point.
if I can drop any of this gear.
So now I got a dash for the mine, which means wolves. And then I got a dash across country, because there's no food here. Well... I could... Unless there's fish somewhere, which there is not. Hang on. I can make a proper torch. Hang on a second. I'm gonna make a proper torch.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Okay. I have a proper torch. Okay. I have flour back at Coastal Highway. I don't have a map. Yeah, okay. That is... Alright, let's see. Let's see if I can do this. Let's see if I can just eke things out a little bit longer. See if I can make 20 days. To be honest, my goal just today was to get to 10 days, and I've already done that. Because I started out at... Yeah, I thought I started out at 8, but I'm on 11. I'm going after charcoal, in case anybody's wondering. Because there's the memento box and stuff over there. Right.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
Okay, yeah, it's over there. So if I can get a fire going... Problem is there's wolves on the way.
So cold. Just want to lay down for a bit.
Yes, I know.
Too heavy.
It's going to attack me. Oh, brother. Go after the... I don't think I can avoid this. Yes, how am I going to do that and carry a wolf, carry a torch at the same time? Moment I drop the torch. Moment I drop the torch, it's on me. Scare it with a rock. Oh, that worked. I am staggered. I really didn't think that was going to work. Ah, that's a first. Alright, where am I headed? Oh, blast. Oh, here we go. I really didn't think that would work. I thought the moment I dropped a torch or went to grab a stone, it was going to go for me. I really, really, really did not think that would work. Should be right on top of it. I am somewhere.
Something's making me feel tired.
Ah, you ain't seen nothing yet, Mackenzie. Oh, I just realized. Yeah. Oh no, I forgot. I should have lit a fire. Oh no, I'm dead. I'm dead. I forgot. I should have lit a fire. I thought I did. I was going to light a fire to um defrost the deer. Then I realized I had a knife. I didn't need to defrost the deer, and I completely forgot about the fire. This is what I mean by doing something stupid. That was completely stupid, and that's it. That's me done. Well, good morning, good day, everybody. See you tomorrow. Yeah, kidding. Trapped. Yeah, that was a complete waste of my time. I should have gone and played Stalker. Yeah, I don't care about it. If I just thought, I even had. It's a terrible run. Don't try and make me feel better. If I actually had in my mind, I got to defrost the deer. Um, there's wood nearby. I can sustain a fire. It's not a problem, and I can cook. Then I got to the deer, realized I had a knife, and then I should have pressed escape midway through. But that's not a good run. That's a terrible run. It's my best survivor run, though. I mean, for heaven's sake, 10 days. Yeah. You know, here's a question for you. How many streamers do you know who do an interloper run and die in the first 11 days? Hmm. I bet the answer is 0. I must be the only streamer who actually makes a, in quotes, career out of failure. Where the heck am I? Is this Pleasant Hill? Is this Pleasant Valley again? This is Pleasant Valley again, isn't it? What do we reckon? Yeah, but not streaming it, I don't suppose. Well, if nothing else, I try and break the mold. Here's how a real gamer dies on a regular basis. This might happen to you.
Can't feel my feet.
Oh, well, that's nice of them. Yeah, this is Pleasant Valley.
Damn, I'm freezing.
Yeah, this is Pleasant Valley. It started off in the same place. Well, all I can say, and I'm not speaking for myself, if they're a long-term professional streamer, that is, they get paid for it, which I don't on YouTube, so it doesn't count. That's actually quite brave of them. Especially if they've had successful runs. Oh, well, I've done that. Well, technically, don't forget a professional is somebody who gets paid. It doesn't actually directly reference their skill. I am technically a professional because I can, in principle, and I should in the next month or so, actually get my first income from Twitch. So that's actually the definition of a professional. Yeah, it doesn't mean have anything to do with skill. It's about whether you get paid or not. So I like to think when I say I'm a professional, I'm doing it in that sense, but only with tongue-in-cheek, a twinkle in my eye, and then I go to explain precisely what I mean. So I suppose I'm pedantic as well. I saw a hut. I did. What's the chances I'd end up back in Pleasant Valley? Oh, it's not a hut. It's a nothing burger. Oh, you're kidding me. I got quality tools again. How did I get quality tools? That's the second run in a row I've gotten quality tools. So needless to say, I'm heading for the farmhouse. Oh no. No. I might or might not have an ego, but I'm not that stupid. Yeah. My usual joke is regarding my complete ineptitude at the game. Because it's absolutely true. No, I don't. I'm trying to think. No, there is no game of which I would say I know better than anybody. I know few things, maybe. Not with the long dark. Warframe, maybe. If I was playing Minecraft, I'd have to be very careful about that because I do know some things in Minecraft that aren't necessarily common knowledge, but they're extremely esoteric. And for the most part, don't count. And most people don't use that kind of knowledge anyway. Alright. Yeah, I will. I wanted to get some... That's something I've got time for. Right now, let's just grab stuff. I need... Everybody was a witness, though. I ended up in Pleasant Valley completely by accident. What's the chance that I would have 2 runs in a row where I end up in Pleasant Valley? Yeah. Now, for that first little bit there, it was simply a case of get out of the cold as fast as possible, get to somewhere where I can get some resources. I can pick up sticks and stones, if I remember, just about anywhere. There's a potato sack here.
That'll come in handy.
Good grief. This is almost becoming like an old friend. Hey, I'm back in Pleasant Valley. I can survive Pleasant Valley. What I've got to do is remember where the matches are. You know what the silly thing is? That I actually forgot. Until I said it, I forgot about the matches. There's the whetstone. There should be matches here. I don't remember where they are, but we are not going until we find them. Yeah, that's a good thing to remember for the future.
What have we here?
Oh, yes. Yes. What about that? That was a very... I actually almost cannot believe how stupid that mistake was. I should have survived that at least long enough to get the deer. But I got distracted by... oh, wait, you know, literally, oh, wait, I've gotten... There's 10 kilos of salt. I'll grab it, but I'm not taking it anywhere. I can't remember where. Oh, where was the... I'm gonna have to come back down here with a torch. Well, no, nothing is guaranteed, is it? All right, let's have... I've got a bit of water. I've got a bit of food. I'm starting to get places.
Hope nobody needs this anymore.
And if anybody thinks, haven't you searched here? The simple answer is yes, I have. That's why I'm searching again. Because it's very, very easy to miss stuff, as I have demonstrated repeatedly in the past. And it's not like I don't have time for right now. Every blemish could be something useful. Problem is, you see this little mark they've put here. Every time I see it, a little part of my head. Yeah, and I can't remember where the matches are. I thought there were matches here. Pretty certain there were, because I ate. Because I ate potatoes, didn't I? Possible fuel there. Yeah, I thought I found matches here last time, but yeah, I did, because I ate potatoes. What have I picked up so far? Flour and oats have become a much more important resource.
This stuff will come in handy.
Well, at least we've got water and food. That'll get us through the night. Or wherever it is I'm going to go. What time of day is it? I could actually make a dash for Thompson's Crossing. But I do want to... Actually, I don't need to rush for Thompson's Crossing. Because I am going to need cloth. Definitely going to need cloth. So actually, while there is urgency, there's always urgency.
use this?
Because I need head wraps and everything I can get my hands on, but head wraps will be profoundly useful. Yeah, head wrap and hand wraps, because I don't think I've got. So here's a question for you: does anybody admire the fact that I haven't complained about Mackenzie's ability to use a forge, and yet his other survival skills, he doesn't know how to use a bow drill? Granted, blacksmithing and using a bow drill are completely different things. So. Grief, they didn't equip him with anything this time, did they? Good Lord. Good grief. That's a terrible starting point. That's really, really bad. The only thing he's got that's any good are his underwear and his sports socks. Ah. That's bad. Oh, I don't need the reclaimed wood. I don't have anything to... Alright. Yep. Bandages, sewing, everything. Oh, for heaven's sake. That's enough just to make you quit. It took me all that effort to no purpose. Grief. I haven't improved my chances of surviving or anything. I just wasted cloth. Cloth downstairs. Which pirate game have you been playing, Danny? You know, I never heard of. Oh, right. I can't imagine that made you too popular, Eugene. The good thing is, I found can opener. Given, Danny, that you spent 9 hours playing it, it must be halfway decent. Oh, this is going to be entertaining. Oh, right. I don't think I've ever played a game with naval battles. Right. Okay, let's hope there isn't a blizzard, because if there's a blizzard... Oh boy. There isn't a blizzard. So we'll dash over to the barn and then try and dash cross country without getting eaten. I can't remember if there's anything worthwhile in the barn, but seeing as it's there. Interesting to bear. There's the bear. Hello, Mr. Bear. Can't move the tire. Right, I am going to take a quick bathroom break, and then we're going to try and dash to Thompson's Crossing. So, I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Right. This ought to be titled The Dash to Thompson's Crossing. Because I've got no food. There's a wolf over there. Pretty certain that's a wolf. I've got, yeah. Oh. No matches. And that's a timber wolf pack. Ooh, bother. Let's go along the road instead. And then cut up and round, I think. So. Bear comes down this way. I don't know how I can. Yes, I know he does because I've been mauled up in these rocks. I think the very first time I shot a bear was actually in this more or less location. So yeah, I plan on going this way and then cut across and hopefully skip by
My fingers feel numb.
and I need to start cutting up this way. Big question in my mind is whether I should spend the time in getting
Goddamn freezing.
so hopefully what kind of naval battles? I mean, I assume it's Age of Sail. I hope they haven't done that whole. I don't know. I don't know much about modern naval warfare games. Except I hope they haven't done the whole let's pit a frigate against a ship of the line and that you think you can win. It's one of the things that irritated me about the okay, that's not too bad. One of the things that irritated me about the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and don't get me wrong, I mean, actually, I think they're a lot of fun. No, it's that bit where they pitched, what was it, the Black Pearl and some other ship that I forget, which were both sort of frigates, against a British ship of the line. And they showed them destroying the ship of the line. That doesn't happen. The difference between even a relatively small ship of the line and a frigate is enormous. In fact, there were basic rules of engagement which said, unless a frigate fired on you first, a ship of the line would not fire upon a frigate. Now, to what extent it was actually followed, I don't know. But that was a sort of rule of naval combat during the sort of the Napoleonic era. Now, before anybody mentions it, there is one very, very famous exception in which two frigates did in fact take on a ship of the line. Deliberately and with malice aforethought. And that was the battle between HMS Indefatigable
I'm gonna need to eat some.
and the French troop transport and ship of the line, the Droit de l'Homme, or Rights of Man. I have missed Thompson's Crossing. Now there's an important consideration, or a couple of important considerations. The first of those is that the Indefatigable was technically a Razé, that is a cut down ship of the line. It actually started out life as a 64 gun ship of the line and was then cut down to a single deck, so it was, as frigates go, extremely powerful. Although it has to be said, compared with a ship of the line, it was not. But, you know, what Pellew of the Indefatigable did is, highly ill-advised, would be putting it mildly. But the circumstances were unique, and actually I can't remember whether he had two frigates with him. Anyway, they basically fought. Okay, anybody remember where Thompson's Crossing is from here? Because I have forgotten. I've gone too far. Oh, but I've completely gone the wrong way, haven't I? But they basically encountered the Droit de l'Homme in, or fought it in a storm. And the storm was of such severity that the French ship couldn't use its lower gun deck. It was riding so low in the water, partly because of the storm, partly because it was carrying, I think it's like 1,200 troops. I went the wrong way. I went completely the wrong way. I just realized I did it again. I did the same thing I always do. I went the wrong blasted way. I've done this before. I always go the wrong way.
I need to find food.
And now I'm in real trouble. Anyway, so what that meant was that Pellew was able to, and it took hours, was able to shoot up the French ship. I won't say with impunity, but he did actually win the battle. And as I recall, I think the Droit de l'Homme actually ran aground. I could be wrong, but that is that is the only instance I'm aware of where a frigate took on a ship of the line and won. But as you can tell, the circumstances were unique. Not to be counted upon, and definitely not to be encouraged. What's going on, Tony, is that I died during my last Interloper run because I'm an idiot. And I made a very, very stupid mistake after actually, technically, being quite successful. So I started another run, and in the process, I have come completely the wrong way, trying to get to Thompson's Crossing. So what I have got to do is warm up and head out again, because Thompson's Crossing is that way, not behind me. I froze to death butchering a deer, and I shouldn't have done. It was a completely avoidable mistake. And now I am in definite trouble. I need to warm up and set out again. This time, that way. Because I did not go the right way. And I can't stay here. Yeah, it was my mistake. It was, like I say, completely avoidable. I didn't focus as well as I should have done. It was actually going moderately well. This was going moderately well until I headed out in the wrong direction.
So hungry.
Because of course I did. And I've got no... Of course I do have food. I forgot I did pick up some food. So I'm going to try and make it to the barn now that I've remembered that I can't trust myself to go the right way. Because as usual, I always think Thompson's Crossing is that way. It isn't. And I should have realized it is in fact this way. That wasn't luck, Eugene. That was pure skill. Even luckier, I managed to kill a rabbit. So that's where I'm heading for. Yeah, I did get kind of lucky with that. But the thing is, Tony, when I started out a new game, I actually started back in Pleasant Hill again, in the same, more or less the same place. So at least I have some rough idea what I should be doing here. Please notice the emphasis on should be doing, despite the fact that, as usual, I completely go in the wrong direction. I should be in Thompson's Crossing right now, but I am not. Instead, I am freezing my tuchus off, trying to make here, at least for the night. Although... I think I did this last time, didn't I? I wondered if that was a bear's... That is a... Is that a bear? No, it's not. Hope it's not. No, it's not. I can't remember if I found anything useful here last time. Don't care.
All I can think about is food.
Yeah, it's upstairs, isn't it? Oh, no, it's not.
I better take this food.
No, it's not there. Oh, you mean not bed. And it's not there either. No stim. I know, there's not going to be anything there. Well, it wasn't. And too late now. Okay, I went the wrong way again, didn't I? Yeah, well.
I could eat a horse.
Here we go. Hello, Furball.
I could eat anything right now.
Shut up, Mackenzie.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Right.
This'll come in handy.
Sorry, the reason I'm laughing is the last time I was here, the
I think I can use this.
the festive jumper, festive sweater was on top of that, and it isn't this time.
I can always use more food. Too much stuff to carry.
With your complaining, Mackenzie. So this is, and hopefully going to end up being a similar experience to last time. Except, what do you want to bet I don't find the heavy hammer on Jackrabbit Island?
I'm gonna need to rest soon.
Well, the reason he's got too much to carry is because he's tired. Not because I've got so much stuff. There's the festive sweater. Mind you, 2.5 kilos of... Oh, actually, technically he is overburdened. That's funny. All right. I can't get a break, can I? That is a really terrible warmth bonus. And don't forget, I get a 2-degree warmth bonus, I think. So, yes. What a fantastic situation to be in. And I do want matches. Come on, I was promised matches. No matches? Ah. Cooking skillets.
I could eat anything.
Oh. I thought I found some in here. Have a carrot. Let's go dashing out to the store, I guess.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
I really don't care, Mackenzie. Now, last time I actually had to switch on night vision mode to see that there were cans in here, but there aren't today. The potato is not much. Ah, there we go. Make. Patches. Stump remover. Sewing kit.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
You're not leaving anything behind at this point, mate. Thank goodness. Flour, oats, and matches, the 3 staples upon which your early game depends. How many matches have I got? 12. 12 matches. Ah. Actually, I don't need those. Uh, Meh. Hmm. Yeah.
I need to drop something. I'm gonna need to eat soon.
Right. Well, this is very familiar, except I'm not as well equipped as last time. Last time I had more stuff. Although, granted, I haven't finished checking out
Right
the
here.
houses. I think last time I was a few degrees warmer when I headed out from here. And yes, I'm pretty much going to try the same thing as I did previously.
I'm not sure I can carry much more. My stomach, it hurts.
Oh, great. And the game just came to an
Can't
end.
feel my hands.
Yeah, that's true. I did. And I just gave myself food poisoning. And I don't have any antibiotics. Oh, the I think it's a 2-degree warmth bonus I get because I've essentially played the game, and so there's a couple of things you can of bonuses. One is fire lighting, and the other is a warmth bonus from basically spent 1,000 days walking around the frozen wilderness in previous games. But here is a problem. I've got food poisoning and I'm dying. Uh, Caused by granola bar. Ugh. I don't have any tea. I don't have any antibiotics. Do I? I don't have any antibiotics. Ah. Well, let me just drop some stuff off in here. The problem is, I can't. I can't prepare. I need a knife to prepare mushrooms. It was granola. Um, I I think I need a knife to prepare the mushrooms. And there are no mushrooms around here.
Cold is making my head feel thick.
I'm afraid he is just going to die.
It hurts. Oh, it hurts.
I'm either going to get eaten by the wolf in town, I think I've had this before, and there's a wolf over there. Yeah, there's a wolf over there. Drat. I left my cloth. There they grow on stumps and things, and I don't remember finding reishi mushrooms in this particular area before.
If I don't warm up soon.
I would... whatever. Yeah. Unless I can find antibiotics. I should have headed to try and find antibiotics in town. That would have been a better use of my time, I think. Ah.
Never felt so cold in my life.
Actually, there's a chance. Is that? Yes. Ha, how about that? Alright, let's hope that's enough. Yes, I can. Okay. It's gonna be a close one. What's gonna get me first? A wolf in my severely weakened state? The cold or food poisoning? At least I got a chance. Slight one. Problem is the wolf in this area.
The sun's setting. It's gonna get a lot colder soon. My stomach. It hurts. Oh, it hurts.
So, yep, we now have a toss-up. There is so often a wolf right around here. And It's one of the reasons I dash out of that door or dash back to it is because of the wolf that can be over there or behind me. But at least I've got a slim chance here. Great. Of course, it's dark in here. I should have prepared the mushrooms first, but never mind.
Come on. That did it.
I think I need 2 of these, that's the problem.
Well, this is a shitty way to die.
I'm gonna die anyway. I think I needed 2 cups of tea. You're the one who said eat enough. I had to cook. I didn't have enough food, I don't think. No! No, I didn't. That's why I had to cook. But it turns out I was wrong. It turns out I was wrong. All I gotta do now is get my health back. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Yeah, how about that? No, I don't. The only food I've got, well, that's not true. I've got food. Oh, I'm carrying 10 kilograms of salt. Why am I carrying 10 kilograms of salt? I forgot about that. Yeah, I know. I know. But I can make porridge, I can make bread, I can make potatoes. And I need to get my condition back before I head out. And I need everything else, don't I? Oh. Yeah, that's about that. Oh, bother.
What have we here?
I completely forgot I was carrying 10 kilograms of salt. Um, what I really need, well, I need food, I need clothing, I need, all the usual stuff. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why I've gotten into the habit of doing um, only 4 hours at a time. I'm not quite sure where that particular habit came from. I mean, 2 hours outside makes sense. Went the wrong way. Power. Alright, let's loot this place. It's funny. Flour and oats have now become so much more important than in Stalker and Voyager.
Lamp fuel.
That's handy.
Be useful. That'll come in handy.
I can't remember if I had antibiotics during the last run. This is actually getting a bit concerning, because what was my warmth bonus? I think it was 11 degrees. I mean, while that's not fantastic, you know, I could rush places much more easily. But now I have not got anything like that. Good Lord. At least I'm not carrying 10 kilograms of sugar. 10 kilograms of sugar. 10 kilograms of salt. Alright, what have we got here? Thank you. I didn't check this last time, did I? They don't have any water in the font. I wonder if this has caused much in the way of concern, the implications that we're going to take a Bible and burn it. I imagine there were some players that might be quite scandalized by that implication. Yeah, that was funny. Oh, hang on. In Warframe, apparently, there's a Warframe called Harrow and Harrow Prime, which is sort of based on a kind of priest type figure. Apparently, people have been quite offended by that. There's actually a part of the game called La Cathédrale, and I imagine some people might have been quite offended by that as well. Even funnier, one of the personalities in the La Cathédrale is called Marie Leroux, who is a sort of I won't say nun, but a nun-like figure. Well, there happens to be a dating simulator in Warframe, and you can end up in a romantic relationship with the sort of nun. Which in Warframe I am. Yeah, my main concern about harvesting here is the wolf, because that wolf shows up. And yeah, that you can, no, maybe not. Right. Okay, we didn't get anything particularly useful. Didn't even get any food. Oops, as they say. Yeah, a number of times I've seen a wolf over on that area right there. To be honest, I think tomorrow I will do that. But if you notice right now, I
can't feel my feet.
Yeah, I haven't got a chance. If a wolf gets its teeth in me, I am straight away dead. But that pretty much brings us to the end of today's stream. Barely alive, but I do have food. I can make bread of a sort. I can make porridge. I have potatoes. I do have the means to... I've been going 3 hours in the mornings ever since I stopped doing my 2-hour early morning live stream. So I now do 3 hours in the morning and 3 hours in the evening. When I wasn't streaming in the morning, I once did a 4.5-hour Warframe live stream in the evening. It's a lot easier. I've gotten a bit more practiced, obviously, over the last 18 months. But 3 2-hour live streams, yeah, that was tiring. I've gotten a bit better. I'm not quite as brain dead after 3 hours as I used to be. So, yeah. Remind me to use up that bread flour first. So, same position, but worse off than we were a couple of days ago. My general plan is to get his health back up, obviously. And then we'll try and duplicate what I did last time. Unless I head to the ravine and the Carter hydroelectric dam. But given that heading straight to Coastal Highway and then to Desolation Point actually worked once I found the hammer, that assumes, of course, that the hammer is still going to be at Jackrabbit Island, which is probably not a guarantee. So I'm actually in worse condition than I was the last time I came through here on Interloper, with the possible exception of food. So anyway, yeah, I'll be back this evening with Warframe, most likely with Warframe. There's a possibility I might do Soulframe. And I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow is Friday, right? Yeah, tomorrow's Friday. So I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, it's kind of what I thought, Eugene. So, yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow, and we will see if I can actually extend this run more than last time. It's going to be a challenge. I mean, I can see in my head where I need to go and what I need to do, but the problem is, yeah. And actually, I'm a bit earlier in the game, because last time I spent a night in the barn, and this time I didn't. So I'm further along in terms of time, I think. Because I didn't waste a day, I didn't waste a night in the barn. And then, and I was lucky that I was able to get here despite going the wrong way, and then search the houses. So actually I am moving faster, I think, despite the food poisoning. So anyway, I'll probably recap all that tomorrow. Take care of yourselves. Remember to hug your fur babies. Tell them you love them. And the same obviously goes with various relations. Have a great day, and I'll see you all next time.